at the Waterfront Village with my friend, the zombie, Jonathan. You're looking good. Jonathan just got an awesome face paint job. What do you think?
I like turtles.
All right.
Who likes good news? Everyone? Then good news, everyone!
What's going on, everyone? It's Nina Infinity. Welcome to my channel on this Friday. It's Good Friday. It's Good News Day, and I'm excited to be here to report some good news to you because we all could use a getaway from all the negativity going on. I know I could. That's why I made this show. I was like, oh, there's so much drama, so much bad news. It's always like, you know, bad things around the corner. Got to watch out. Well, we all need a place to get away to. And I decided to make this place that place to get away to not think about bad things for once. I have been enjoying my life recently. It's been super fun to hang out with friends and play video games and, you know, just hang out with everybody. I was doing that last night with Script Doctor and Jane Theory. And I may have, stayed up a little too long playing Conan. It's been super fun though, man. But gonna need that coffee today. I tell you, it's nighttime Nina betrayed daytime Nina again. That's a Seinfeld joke. If you guys don't get that, it's a good joke. It always stayed with me because I'm the nighttime Nina is always making things not very easy for daytime Nina. But yeah, you guys, I'm so glad I'm here. Glad to see your faces in the chat. I see you, Charlene, Braz Monkey, everybody's here. So make sure you smash the like, share the stream, tell everyone what's going on, and we're gonna get going here. And also, we're live on Rumble. I see you there, Rumble chat. We got one person in the Rumble chat, Nomad36. Shout out to the Rumble chatters. Shout out to you, Nomad. Thanks for supporting on Rumble. The link is in the description if you guys are interested in checking it out on Rumble as well. It's there. And make sure that you guys smash the like button there too, because it apparently helps more than it does on YouTube. So let's do that. Jerk Off Juggernaut is here. Hello. I feel like it's been a minute since I've seen you, Jerk Off Juggernaut. Thank you for being a member of the channel. You're very kind. Thank you so very much for that. And DL with the $1.99 says, everybody grab your turtle and love it that special way. Oh my God. No, turtles are only loving turtles that special way. That very special way. You don't want to do that to your turtle. You don't want to do that to your turtle. Good to see you, DL. Good to see you guys, everyone. All right, let me fix this camera here. Okay, let's get going. By the way, after the show, I am planning on playing another video game. The plan for today has been to install the new Star Wars game and play that. That's gonna be fun. Oh. It's good to see you. It's good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here. Okay, let's start the news. It's also been a minute since we talked about some archaeology news, and I thought this was interesting, so let's start with this. We've got hoard of stash found. Speaking of Conan, the Vikings and all that stuff. 1,000-year-old Viking coins found by a young girl with metal detector in a cornfield. I always love metal detectorist stories. You guys know that if you've watched the show before. I always find them fascinating. And so apparently another hoard of coins have been found. A girl metal detecting in northwestern Denmark discovered nearly 300 silver coins dating back more than 1,000 years ago. The hoard was discovered in a farmer's field at a place called Bramslev, near to the medieval fort of Firkat, built by a famous Viking warlord Harold Baltand Bluetooth. What? And was also found alongside a silver ring pin that had been cut in half. The coins themselves are a mix of those from the Arab, Germanic, and Danish worlds. Of particular interest to the Danish archaeologists working on the site are those from Denmark, because they were struck probably in the years 970 to 980 with crosses suggesting Harold's influence in the Christian in the Christianization of Denmark, which began around that time. Coins struck early in Harold's reign did not bear crosses, suggesting it was a gradual change of the man along with the people and the country. The two silver treasures constitute a fantastic story in themselves, but to find them abandoned in a settlement only 8 kilometers from Harold's Baltand's Viking fortress, Firkat, is incredibly exciting, says archaeologist and museum inspector at Northern Jutland Museum, Torben Tier Christensen. So there you go. Some hoards have been found. Hoards of coins have been found in Denmark. How crazy. What a cool story. There you go. And that's the news of more coins being found. I feel like it's like a real life Conan situation, which is cool. What's going on? What's going on, Rumble? I see you. Good to see you guys. You guys are great. I love you guys in the chat. This show is my favorite show. Now, speaking of old things being found, here's another really cool bit of news. A piece of history has been recovered. Ancient Native American canoe brought to surface from beneath Lake Waccamaw. Waccamaw? I think I said that right. Here's the news.
Crews carefully unearthed a piece of Native American history today, buried for hundreds of years beneath Lake Waccamaw. A team of archaeologists, neighbors, and members of the Waccamaw-Siouan tribe worked to bring a canoe out from the lake. WECT's Zach Solon watched it all happen this morning. Zach, this is fascinating that experts say this canoe may be 1,000 years old.
Yeah, John, really cool stuff. It's incredible. It survived this long underwater. Now it will continue to be preserved for years to come.
Got it. Keep it.
Incredible find.
This canoe, pulled from Lake Waccamaw Wednesday, is a symbol of nearly 1,000 years of Native American culture in southeastern North Carolina. Michael Jacobs is the chief of the Waccamaw-Siouan tribe.
All of our tribal members that contribute.
He says it's rare to find pieces of history like this one.
That canoe at 28 feet long would have carried a many a brave. We feel like in our heart it's a history that we're still exploring and understanding, because this is the first time we've had access.
The discovery unexpected. Eli Hill is one of 3 teenagers who stumbled upon it while swimming in the lake during the summer of 2021.
We were throwing mimosas at each other, and I stepped on it, and I thought it was a log, and I tried to pick it up, and it never came up, so we kept digging at it, and it just kept going. And then the next day we came back, and we started digging some more, and it just kept going.
State archaeologist John Mintz says that led to a lengthy removal process, but it was worth it in the end.
This canoe is about 1,000 years old, and it's a southeastern Indian canoe, and it's originated from this area. So we wanted the local Indian group to be part of it and share with the agency of it.
The canoe will be taken to a lab in Greenville to be preserved, studied, and hopefully share its secrets.
The use of this dugout canoe is one of those things we're looking forward to examining it, run some tests on it, and really finding out and going back to our elders and getting the history of it to where we can teach the truth to our people.
That's cool.
And know that we've got concrete evidence to stand on. Our praise, our peace, our joy.
While Hill and his friends recognize the weight of their discovery,
I realized how much it actually meant to people. I realized that it means more to them than it does to me. So I just thought it was a really cool experience for all of them and just be a part of that.
Members of the Waccamaw-Siouan tribe are grateful.
Our history is still unfolding.
Fantastic.
When colonialists made contact with our tribe, there's a lot of the things that we held as historical and meaningful to us as cultural that we're still putting together.
The canoe will be on display during an open house at the Office of State Archeology Revenge Lab in Greenville on April 22nd. If you want more details, you can head inside this story on our website. Zach Solon, WECT.
Very, very cool piece of history recovered by a very observant person. This is why it's good to be observant when you're walking around. I love those bits of like the news when you hear about kids walking around too, like in the beach, and then they find like dinosaur bones or different things like that. Because wherever we're walking, there's usually pieces of history, especially where I'm from right now in Mexico. Wherever I go, there's a piece of history around. Most people don't really notice it anymore because it's part of their life. But this place is such an ancient place that there's always pieces of history everywhere. So like the other day, I've told this story before, but I went around, one of the streets, and I noticed this guy was just sitting on like a piece of rock from a pyramid or something. Like it was really crazy. It was like this ancient piece of rock, and he was just sitting on there as a bus stop. And I was like, this is so crazy to have this amount of history in one place, and people just don't even realize kind of like where they are and what they're experiencing. But it's fantastic. So it's cool to be observant always. It'll help you in your life. Magnum Norse, hello. Thank you for the $5. Says, play the Strange Way of Life trailer. Do it. Make us all laugh, please. It is good news. I don't think that's very appropriate for this show. So no, I'm not going to do that. But thank you for the $5. I know it is funny. Everybody should go and check it out. I'm trying to keep the show a little bit more family friendly. So I think that's not appropriate for this show here. This one here. So everybody go check out The Strange Way of Life. It's the new Pedro Pascal movie about some cowboys. Some very happy cowboys. Let's just say that. It's a very, very funny trailer. So yeah, you guys wanted to go check that out. Now, speaking of history, there was another bit of cool news that I saw. This was an incredible video made by a content creator. We're going to share this, but I highly recommend that you guys go to his channel, subscribe, and leave a like and a comment on this video. I will share the video link in the description or in the comments right now, so you guys can go and leave a like on there yourselves, because it is quite incredible what he's achieved. So this is the headline: Singapore sleuth spends 8 months tracking down a man to return a family heirloom and finally succeeds. It's an incredible video. We're gonna watch it, and I'm gonna leave you guys the link as well so that you can go and check it out yourself. Let me just do that real quick. Let me grab that link. Okay, link to video. Okay, here we go.
Wait, I must explain where I'm rushing to. Well, 8 months ago, I was scrolling through Carousel, and a box of unusual-looking vintage items caught my eye.
I love the editing,
because I'm kind of a sucker for old stuff. You know, I love to collect old toys, old arcade machines, vintage medical equipment, and retro video games. So I made an offer and called a courier. There were old stamps, old postcards, and a bag of mysterious booklets. Wow.
Wow.
There were many work booklets from the 1930s to the 1980s from Germany. They belonged to two brothers, Wolfgang and Waldemar Schack, both born in the 1920s. The brothers grew up in a time in Germany during the rise of Hitler. Workers would receive a stamp a day in their work booklets to prove their employment. From the documents, I could tell that the brothers worked in many companies over the years, like Book
Incredible.
Druckerei Otto Fratzka or Otto Fratzka's book printing. And they weren't just work booklets of the two brothers, but their precious family history as well. It included travel and identity documents from the 1950s to the 1960s. It revealed to me who they were, more about their family, and about their home in Germany, where after World War II, Germany was split into two. Wolfgang stayed back in Germany while Waldemar left with his wife and kids in 1967. These family documents were so precious, they shouldn't remain with me and I must return them back to the family. Rushing for my flight. I made it, off I went.
What a cool story.
But wait, this doesn't explain how I found the family. To explain this, we need to go back 8 months ago again. The search began with simple methods, searching Wolfgang's name on Google. Not him. Searching Waldemar's name next. Nothing. So I searched his children's names. Then I tried anything related to the family and searched on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Yahoo, and even TikTok. I was
Even
desperate.
TikTok.
I searched for months on end, but found nothing.
I like his little dog statue.
Until 6 months later.
Oh,
While on my search, I came across an unusual Excel sheet. I couldn't open it, but after deciphering it, it caught my eye. There was the name of
That's a
Waldemar's son, Michael, and the Queensland Rail. Maybe they are connected, so I reached out to Queensland Rail. 2 weeks later, Queensland Rail replied saying they would help me connect with Michael. And before I knew it, I received an email from Michael Scheck, the son of Waldemar and nephew of Wolfgang.
Hey,
Wesley.
Journalist.
First of all, I would like to apologise for the delay in getting back to you. To be quite honest, I thought that this might be some sort of scam. I mean, it usually is if somebody you've never heard of gets in contact with you offering things. You just can't be too careful these days. Anyway, after a bit of research, I believe that this is okay.
After finding out Michael stayed in Brisbane, I knew I had to meet him and return the Scheck family their precious family documents from 100 years ago. And this is why I was rushing for my flight. Off to Brisbane!
I've never been to there. I'd love to visit.
We decide to meet at the hotel my wife and myself are staying at. I'm so excited to meet him. The only photo I had of Michael was when he was 7 years old. So to recognize him today, he sent me a lovely photograph of him at the bird sanctuary.
Pretty.
Michael, where is he? There he is.
Really good to see you. Hi.
So I'm excited to share with you and you guys can have a
I
chat.
think you have.
What a cool story.
Quite a bit there, haven't you?
Yeah, so most items actually belong to your uncle Wolfgang. Have you ever met him before?
I've never met him because he was on the wrong side of the Iron Curtain. Yeah, so he couldn't come over to see us until the wall went down. And he died not long after that. It was really interesting because I don't think we've actually got any photos of Wolfgang. So I do recognise that photo. That is a photo taken just before we left England to come over here. Back then they actually paid you to come over to Australia because trying to build up the population. You know, that is the first time I've known that my father had a middle name.
Oh.
He's always been Waldemar Scheck to me.
Oh, interesting. So we're not sure whether it belongs to your dad.
So my father was an avid stamp collector.
Wow, look at all those stamps.
He was collecting until he died, basically. Well, until he wasn't much besides. So he was collecting basically all the way to the end.
Have you told your siblings about these items?
I haven't yet, but I haven't told my brothers and sisters yet, so I'm going to give them a surprise. Well, you've gone through all this effort. I wanted to give you something too.
Oh, thank you.
I'm going to give you something Australian.
Oh, wow. Can I open it?
Yes.
Leaving Brisbane to head back to my family in Singapore, I think about those separated by physical boundaries, political ideals, or different beliefs,
my favorite part.
yet linked as a species and shared desire to be connected social beings.
That's what we are.
I hope my journey contributes as a reminder that we are all connected.
We are.
Sometimes all we have to do is to reach out.
I'll keep the
True.
sunset.
I feel connected to all of you in so many ways, even though we're not in the same place. Every one of you is in a different part of the world, and but yet we're still connected because we're human and we have that part of ourselves that can really. We are the same. We're the same in every aspect. Really, we're just all a little different as well. So it's just very cool. I love that story. And again, I highly suggest that you guys go and leave a like on this guy's video. Clearly, he did a lot of work. That was incredible. He did a great job editing the video. Here's the video again. Video link. I'm gonna leave this. Oops, that was the wrong one. But well, that's the story one, so you guys can grab that as well. But here's the YouTube link, video link. Excuse me. Let me delete that one. Oops, I can't delete it on here. Let me see. Remove. There we go. And I'm gonna put this on Rumble as well. There we go. And check out the guy's channel. He's got some very interesting content as well. It's called the Mothership channel. I thought it was interesting. I'm gonna have to check out his channel more. But I really like that video. I thought it was really cool. This is the channel here. So make sure you guys subscribe if you're interested. I thought it was cool. It was a cool story. Same but different. Same but different. It's a very cool story. I loved it. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. Magnum Norse, thank you for the $10. Says, have you seen the trailer for Strange Way of Life? It's Pedro Pascal's gay western and it's glorious. And then he followed it up with, my bad, I thought this was this is to Midnight's Edge. You know what? It's no worries. I will take your mistake money. That's fine. I'm just joking. No, seriously, I appreciate it. I hope you got a hold of them and let them know. Thank you so much for the support to the channel. Thank you. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. I did. I loved it. I thought it was a really cool video. I like those kind of stuff. And it kind of reminds you of like what old school journalism used to be like. I feel like these kind of people that do these things, like, piecing the pieces of puzzle together and finding the person and everything like that. This is what journalism used to be. And it's a lost art. So it's really cool when you see stuff like this happen organically. Now moving on to the next story. Oh, and I just saw some clickbait. So we're clicking that for sure. Definitely clicking. I just found a couple clickbaits, getting clickbaited. It's all good though. Okay, here we go. There's another story here. We're moving to today's world. And it's kind of this is a very interesting and heartwarming story because, again, with some of the stories that we do here, like there's a balance, right? Because the world is not always positive, obviously. Most of the time it feels very negative and some very negative things happen. But, it really depends on your character and the person that you are to kind of lift you up from the negativity and how you choose to handle things or how you choose to go about your life or how you choose to face those hardships and those issues. And I feel like that's this next story really covers that. And it's an incredible one. And it's really heartwarming. in many ways. Wrongfully convicted man meets his longtime pen pal for the first time. So this is the story here. We're going to watch this.
Finally tonight, CBS is.
I'm so glad that that he was able to get his life back. Unfortunately, I mean, he lost 28 years of his life, but it's also really interesting because when you hear stories like this, you think to yourself, like, I would never write to a prisoner. You never really think about that kind of thing. And that lady, she took a chance, and through reading those letters, was able to kind of think to herself, I don't think this guy's capable of something like this. And I think in that sense, that human connection is kind of really incredible in that sense. So it's just really, really interesting to see, and like to see his outlook on life now. Like we saw in the video, how he was so happy to see her, and he's not blaming her or anybody else. He doesn't seem to be wanting to play the victim, and he's looking forward to his new life ahead and not focusing on the time lost or what he had, or what had happened to him. He's just looking to live his life and move forward. And I think that that's kind of a lesson that we should all take when we're dealt with, hardship or death or grief or, just injustice in that sense. When justice is finally served, that we move forward, that we don't look back anymore. I mean, forgive, but don't forget. But at the same time, move forward, because it's a process. And if you're stuck in that, that the past, you're never going to get over it. And you're just going to keep festering in this negative emotion. And I think that's unhealthy. So I think it's really cool to see his attitude and to see that you can get over even something as tragic as losing 28 years of your life in prison. So that man to me was very inspiring. His attitude was very inspiring. And that lady was really inspiring because she just took a chance on some guy. She just answered a letter at a church, because all he wanted was human connection, and she provided it in some ways. So I think it was a good story. It was a good story. Wait until he tries Twitter. Maybe he had access to it already. You don't know, because they do give some of them access in prison. I agree, Evil Fandango. I agree. I hope so too. Okay, next story. Oh, this is the clickbait one. We're going to put these to the back of the bus because we have a lot of other stories to cover first before we cover the clickbait. Here's the next story. And this story is also incredible. I thought this was such a cool story. What a good human. I'm going to answer this question because I think it's really, I know you're trying to be funny, awesome one, but I've had pen pals because I lived in Iran, and there was a pen pal program when I was little, and I used to have a couple pen pals. I used to have a couple of Japanese pen pals. I used to have a couple of American pen pals. And my cousin, actually, she met her now husband through the pen pal program. So at the time, he was actually a firefighter. He was an American firefighter, and they became pen pals. And she used to live in Iran. And then they got married. And he moved her out to America because they got to know each other through the pen pal program. This was way before the internet. There was no internet back in the day. We used to write letters to each other. And I think writing a letter is actually really cool. It's in some ways connects you way more than online. So pen pals, that was a period of time that this generation will never really quite understand. It was definitely, yes, it was an 80s thing. It was an 80s thing, was an 80s thing, an early 90s thing, because this generation will really never quite understand that, because now we have email. You don't ever really need to, you don't really send postcards anymore, or like, letters anymore and things like that. But we used to do that kind of stuff. And my cousin, she owes her entire life to the pen pal program. Now, and she's happily married in the United States. And it's really it's one of those really cute stories that you would never think that would happen. And they've been married for forever. It's been so long. So it's just one of those things, you never know. You never know. In some ways, yeah, it's weird. In some ways, yeah. In some ways, it's made it so much bigger, and in some ways, it's made it so much smaller. But yeah, YouTube is pen pal instant. Because look at us. Like I said, we're talking now. We're all so far apart, but we're also close too. So it's a really strange scenario, right? Hey, grumpy old ninja, what's going on? Good to see you. What's going on? But yeah, I like letters. It's a lost art to get a letter. When was the last time you guys got a letter? Like, not a bill in the mail, When was the last time anyone wrote you a letter? I think letters are so personal. Like, you get that personal touch with the hand, especially if it's handwritten and it's not typed. It's really cool. I don't know. I guess I'm old school like that. I like it. I like those kind of things. I think I'm an old person now. But yeah, moving on to the next story. This is a really, really interesting story to me because it is a good human story. And again, yes, it has a negative side to it because we're living in a world where these kind of things happen. And, there's a lot of people in need of help. But some people really step up when there's the call of the universe from God or whatever. And some people really step up. And that's what we highlight around here. We highlight good humans. Good humans are the best. And this is that story. NICU nurse adopts 14-year-old teen patient with triplets to keep their family together. It's a very beautiful story, and we're going to watch that here.
There are some homes where the moment you walk in, you're part of the family. In this Indianapolis living room ruled by 3 toddlers.
That's what happens when you have a big family.
Katrina Mullen phrases it differently.
You're part of the chaos.
Chaos Katrina never dreamed of. It all started back in August 2020 when a timid 14-year-old Shariah Small first arrived at Community Hospital North, pregnant with triplets.
Tell me about the first time you saw Shariah.
I knew this backstory of that she was a young mom, and I just thought, man, how hard that would be. I was a teen mom.
Katrina, a seasoned NICU nurse, was drawn to the teen who gave birth largely alone to 3 preemies. Soraya, Serenity, and Samari, born at 26 weeks, weighing less than 2 pounds each.
The NICU is loud, it's scary, there's lots of alarms and wires and beeps and IVs and ventilators and all these things that I knew she didn't understand what was going on, and then she has it times 3.
Katrina's instinct was spot on.
I was so confused at the sirens on the machines. I didn't understand why it was beeping.
Katrina made caring for the small family her mission, helping with advice on feeding and diapers, and eventually giving out her cell phone number, which Shariah used for endless questions, even after taking her babies home to live with an aunt.
I didn't have my own mom, so she was basically the only person that I had.
Cut to April 2021, when health problems brought baby Samari back to the hospital and triggered a call to Child Services, who decided the teen and her triplets needed foster care, unless someone could take them in.
A good human.
Shariah gave the social worker one phone number.
With that, a moment's hesitation, I said yes, because I didn't want her, after everything she'd already been through, to have to be separated from them.
With that, Katrina, already a single mom of 5, took in a new mom of 3.
How did you even have like the bandwidth to say yes to that?
I didn't.
Wow.
I didn't, but I always say my heart is bigger than my chest can hold.
As the new family found their footing, Shariah worked toward her high school degree, and steadily, these once strangers transformed into a forever family, with Katrina officially
Incredible.
adopting Shariah as her legal daughter and cheering her on when the now 17-year-old was accepted to college on academic scholarship.
She's smart,
Yay.
driven, she wants to be the best mom that she can be, and it's given me so much joy being an instant grandma.
Shariah hoping to pay it forward one day as she studies to be a social worker and help other teen moms.
I just want to show people, old people, young people, that even if you're a mom, that you can still achieve your goals. Like, I'm a mom to 3, and I did that.
Proof that family is what you make it, and that there's beauty in embracing the chaos.
This is a success story, and this success revolves around her. I just gave her a place to put her roots and to flourish where she needed to grow.
Sometimes that's all people need.
Guys, such an incredible day with that family. And by the way, Mullen shared news of Adoption Day on her Facebook page. And no surprise, this family's story instantly went viral. They all just hope it inspires people to look into foster care, into adoption, and even rethink our expectations of what young moms and young parents can accomplish, especially if we all do a little more, guys, to help each other.
Amen.
Yeah, we all just
Maggie,
gotta
thank you
help
so
each
much.
other. And it's really is an incredible story, because when I first read the headline and when I first read a little bit about it, I thought that, the lady was just going to adopt the triplets, or like just the babies, but she ended up adopting the mom as well, who was a baby herself. She was so young when she had those babies. So she ended up adopting the entire family and just giving her a place and, some kindness and love and stability. And the girl was able to get into college on a scholarship. That's amazing to be able to be able to provide something like that to a person. And now she's going to go on and pay it forward with her life and her career choices and everything like that. That's incredible. And that's what just kindness has done for somebody else's life. And I think that that's truly beautiful. These things can happen. The girl said herself she didn't have a mom. I'm sure the dad was probably MIA as well, obviously. And that's why she's in the state that she's in right now. But then somebody was able to help step up and become that mother figure for her. And I think that that's what she needed in her life. And yes, it's sad, but it's also beautiful because that other person stepped up and became a mother figure. And, the universe has a chance to balance itself out. And those are the things that we really have to take to heart, because the world is not always pretty, right? And we just need to take that into heart. And also that girl, even though she was so young, decided to keep the babies. And I think that that's also in itself commendable and beautiful. So that's wonderful. Big Raj is in the house with a member message saying, "Hey, Nina, hope you're doing well." I'm doing good. Thanks, Big Raj. What's going on, buddy? Good to see you. Good to see you. Hello, Lady Autumn Sky. Oh, no notification. Oh, wells. Wow, Joe Biden's in the house. Hello, Joe Biden. Hello. Former President Joe Biden. Okay. Let's see. What's the next one? Okay, this is a little side story, a little cute story. Oh, that's beautiful. The peacock strikes back. Amazing. Amazing. I love it. This next story is going to be awesome too, because firefighters are awesome. Winston, the unauthorized biography of Tom Hanks for 220, says, "Hey, Lena, thanks for the pre-work positivity. You're very welcome. I'm so glad you're here and you're enjoying it." Okay, here is the next story. And Kev L with a member message says, "Hi, Nina. I like turtles." Oh, hi.
Back here live at the Waterfront Village with my friend, the zombie, Jonathan. You're looking good. Jonathan just got an awesome face paint job. What do you think?
I like turtles.
All right.
Hello, Kev L. This is a cool little story showing that, you know, firefighters, they don't just put out fires. They can be awesome doing this. Austin Fire Department helps 95-year-old mow his lawn. Members of the Austin Fire Department in Austin, Texas, helped a 95-year-old resident mow his lawn last Friday. An AFD fire engine passed by his home and noticed the elderly man struggling to mow his lawn. Yesterday afternoon, our C shift crew from Engine 6 Lieutenant Matt Avery, fire specialist Eric Lipton, and firefighters Wilson Rivas and Gus Weinhold happened to pass by this house in South Austin and saw a 95-year-old resident struggling to mow his lawn. They promptly stopped, jumped out of the unit, and gave him a hand, with firefighter Rivas making a quick work of the hilly front yard, the department said. And this is the little video. Gonna turn it down because it's just like lawnmower sounds. But look at that guy go. He's mowing that lawn. Woo! That's awesome. That's awesome. James J says, "Do you think an old person can turn their life around for good?" Absolutely, I do. I believe in second chances. I think, you know, we all make mistakes. We all have that part of ourselves, like that duality, right? And it depends. There's an old quote that I always go back to. Let me get that. Let me get the quote. I always go to this because it's one of my favorite quotes. And I think that we all have that. We all have that capability, right? We all have the capability of doing wrong, and we all have the capability of being great. And sometimes we make terrible mistakes. And I think that every passing minute is a chance to turn it all around. You're never really stuck, you know. You're only stuck in your own head. As long as you have the will to change yourself, you absolutely can change yourself. And it depends which wolf you feed. And by that, I mean this right here. So it says, an old Cherokee man told his grandson, "My son, there's a battle between two wolves inside us all. One is evil. It is anger, hate, fear, greed, resentment, inferiority, lies, and ego. The other is good. It is joy, peace, love, hope, humility, kindness, bravery, empathy, and truth." The boy thought about it and asked grandfather, "Which wolf wins?" The old man quietly replied, "The one you feed." So that's it in a nutshell. Depends on which part of yourself that you want to have. So that's what I tell myself all the time. I try to feed the good wolf inside me. So I always try. You know, that's all you can do. That's all you can do. That's all you can do. Okay. Next story. This story is one that just blew me away. I was like, oh my God. First of all, dogs are amazing. Dogs are everything. Okay. Dogs are freaking awesome. Then there's the universe, God, like all of it is just so cool. When things like this happen, you're like, there must be a God, because how can coincidences like this happen? It's just so crazy when things like this happen. And I absolutely love it. This is it. This is the news. Woman's life saved by dog who found 1 in 22 million donor on beach. This is the doggy. And this is their story. We're going to listen to it.
So for me, I feel so lucky that I've got to know Lucy, and I was the one that got to be the one to say, you're getting a kidney and it's mine.
We pulled up in our van and my partner was setting up our deck chairs, and India, a dog, kept running off towards where Katie was parked. And at first we thought perhaps she had food or something. So we called her back, she'd go back again. And my partner went over to speak and apologise for Indy. Some people might find her a bit intimidating because she's a Doberman. And Katie came and joined us, and Katie offered me a drink, and my partner said she can't drink, she's having dialysis. And Katie said, oh, what's that for? And my partner said she needs a transplant. And Katie said, oh, you know, that's mad. She said, I've just got on the transplant list, on the donor list, to donate to anyone as an altruistic donor.
How
just for anyone that wants a kidney.
I didn't think that we'd necessarily be a match, because it was such a coincidence for us to just randomly meet at the beach. But I think I'd mentioned to Kenny my blood type, and he said, oh, that's the same as Lucy's. So I think we thought, well, that would be interesting. And then I think it was just a couple of months later, then I think I had an appointment at the hospital, and they did all the blood tests and the checks and whatever.
How crazy is that story? This is what I mean. Like there has to be a God. And so she had all the tests and everything. The transplant took place in October 2022. Katie, Lucy, and Sinead have remained friends since the donation and have a group chat, which they've dubbed the Kidney Gang. So how incredible of a story. Imagine the dog just pick the person that the other person needed. You needed each other. They brought them together. I mean, it's 100% that's divine intervention. It's 100. It's just so. It's like, how does this happen? That is so cool. That is so cool. And it's like, you know, it talks. Like you hear these things like God works in mysterious ways, or God works through people or through animals in this case. And I feel like God worked through that dog. Like it was like, okay, you need to come together. How incredible. How incredible. It's fantastic. Follow your nose. You know, it's really interesting that you say that, because dogs have been also known to smell cancer. So I've reported on stories here where dogs have gone to basically smell cancer on their owners, and then the owner went to the hospital and they found out they had cancer, and they were able to catch it in time because the dog smelled it. It's incredible. Dogs are incredible creatures. It's very cool. It's very cool. All dogs go to heaven, Cavatinho. All dogs go to heaven. All dogs go to heaven. Now, next story. Yes, also cats to some extent as well. I've heard it more with dogs because I think a dog sense of smell is a lot stronger than cats, but it has happened with cats as well. it has happened. Well, great minds think alike, Vermont. Great minds think alike. That's why I love this chat. You guys are awesome. I love this chat so much. Big hugs to all of you. Big hugs to all of you. Okay, next story. And this is the highlighted story. I thought it was really cool, really fun. And we can speculate about who is doing it after we hear the story. But it's really cool. I like this story a lot. I like it. It's fun. So here we go. We're gonna watch this little video here too. So the story is, man finds tiny dolls cozied up in back of his mailbox. The scene keeps changing, but the mystery remains unsolved. Here is the story.
Don Powell is the proud owner of a magical mailbox.
There's a person that's in a neighboring subdivision that makes these custom mailboxes that I noticed when I was riding my bike through his sub. They're almost like doll houses, that they're exact replicas of the home, to the chimney, to the way the garage door looks, and so on. We didn't want something exactly like that, but something that was, kind of blends with our modern home, but not necessarily to look exactly like it.
Don's custom mailbox was meant to be a curiosity, but soon after it was installed, it became a mystery.
Well, amongst the pizza coupons and other circulars and a couple of letters, there's these two dolls sitting there on what you might call a love seat. And there was a little note on a sticky note that said, we decided to make this our home.
According to the note, the dolls' names were Shelley and Mary, but that's all Don knew.
My wife was with me, and we're kind of dumbfounded about, okay, somebody made a mistake. They put this in our mailbox by accident. Or maybe somebody is putting these in everybody's mailbox, and we lived on a cul-de-sac, so there's about 5 other people. So we actually looked in their mailboxes to see if that was the case.
But Don's mailbox was the only one doubling as a doll's house, and whoever had put the figures inside wasn't done.
And nothing occurred for about 2 weeks or so, and then all of a sudden I go into the mailbox and there's now additions to it. There was a painting, there was a rug that was placed on the floor, there was a little service dog, or what I call a service dog, a little labradoodle dog that was added.
Intrigued by the mystery, Don put the story online, and the response was overwhelming.
So I actually, over a period of about 6 months, posted about 7 times, and I created this elaborate story about Mary and Shelley and their lives and what they do and so on. And it just generated a great deal of curiosity amongst people, as though Mary and Shelley are real, and people wanted to know about them. They wanted to know about their life in the mailbox.
Love that.
Do they have electricity? Do they work? Who mows the lawn? And on and on and on.
Despite the interest, Don was no closer to learning the identity of the mystery doll donor, who even began to up their game.
Over Halloween, Mary and Shelley left town and were replaced by 2 scary skeletons sitting on the love seat. Over Christmas time, the skeletons were gone. Mary and Shelley were back, but there was a Christmas tree and a plethora of presents that were neatly wrapped sitting under the Christmas tree.
Still, no one came forward to claim ownership of the dolls. But with all the goodwill they've generated, Don doesn't feel that matters.
I mean, this is just, interesting for my wife and I to go get our mail and never knowing what might be in the mailbox. They have provided something that's added to my wife and myself's lives, but thousands of other people who are following the story of Mary and Shelley on either Nextdoor or now that's become so widely disseminated through USA Today, and that it's created happiness and joy for so many people.
I love
This
stories
grandfather-
like that. I love stories like that. It's incredible. Just to know that, just to know that somebody would go through that do that. I feel like it's somebody he knows, like it must be like maybe one of his kids or like a friend of one of his kids or something like that. I also maybe thought maybe it's him doing it, like, and it was he's just kind of made this persona that he doesn't know what's going on for his wife, but he's the one who's actually doing it. I mean, it's possible to find out who by putting on cameras or something like that, but maybe that's not really the point of that story. Maybe it's funny, like, to just have it happen and have people kind of like be involved in a little bit of happiness, because that is clearly making people happy in some way. So, well, there's nothing wrong with that. I think it's really cool. And speaking of this, actually, that's interesting that you said that, because the article does mention that as well. Yarn Wedges says he said that, and there it is. He said that the whole ordeal has awakened the desire to author a children's book. So I think that's kind of cool. And I think he should make a children's book out of it. I think it'll be really cool. So there you go. Cute little story. I like it. Are all lies bad though? Are all lies bad? I don't know. I don't think so. I think white lies can be all right. I think they can be all right. I think if he's making people happy, what's the problem? What is the problem? Okay, next story. This is something out of this world. Why they got to be white? It's just a term. It's called white lies for a reason. This one blows me away. I was like, what? But then again, guys, then again, I believe in reincarnation. I believe in reincarnation. Oh, that's just mean. Bush McFadden says, I agree. Not all lies are bad. Your hair looks lovely today, Nina. Wow. Broke my heart. Ugh. Wow. You had to go there, huh? You had to go there. Oh my gosh. Okay. I believe in reincarnation. So this next story, I was like, oh my God. This is incredible. This is incredible. Keep crying, make bank? Who's making bank by crying? I know, right? Charlie Stevenson, Booth's glass is half empty today. This show is supposed to be about half full glass, but hey, it's okay. There's a lot of people, but at least he's here. He's here. He wants to look at the cup half full. There's people trying in the chat to look at the cup half full. It can be really difficult. I know. I've done it so many times. It can be really difficult. But at least he's here. He's trying. Nina was a turtle in the past life. I feel like I was more like a cat. But okay, here we go. This is a cool one. Get ready. People are saying this baby playing the piano is an old soul and the next Mozart. So here we go. Look at this baby. He's 1 year and 5 months old pianist. Incredible. Crazy, right? How talented is this baby? They do have an Instagram account for the baby because they thought that the baby was incredibly talented. That is not the Instagram account for the baby. Oh, there it is, I think. Okay, here's another video of the baby. Hang on. I'm gonna try and find this baby's Instagram. Here's another baby.
Где до ми соль? До ми соль. До ми соль. Молодец. Нашел до ми соль. Миля. А где фа? Фа, ля, до, ля, фа.
How incredible.
Фа, ля, до, ля, фа. Молодец. А где соль? Соль, си, ре. Ну, вот так. Соль, си, ре. Молодец.
Wow. She's got a beautiful voice too. That's cool, man. That's cool. Let me see if I can find this baby's Instagram. Oh, that's his sister. He watches, he learns. It's a crazy and bizarre, wonderful. There he is. There's his Instagram account. I found it. I'm gonna follow this account because this baby is really that's intense. That was his sister, apparently. Here is the baby's Instagram. Graville. And he's got a bunch. Look, he's growing up. Oh, he's growing up. Let's see the most recent one. Oh. That's so cool. He doesn't seem to want to quit. He seems like he's enjoying it a lot. Seems like he has fun. Seems like he really likes the piano. Oh, I love it. He's so cute. He's so adorable. What a cool family. Okay, I'm going to put this in the chat. So if you guys want to follow baby, piano baby, there you go. Piano baby. Very cool. Thank you, Charlene, for the super sticker. It was a heart. Oh, and somebody is calling me. Random number. Thank you so much. Thank you. Love you too. Let me put this in the Rumble chat as well. Piano baby. For you guys there, if you guys want to check that out. Okay, there we go. That was cool. He's an old soul. He's from Russia. Incredible. Incredible baby. All right, next story. And again, this is one of those stories where yes, this dude's doing it for maybe attention. Maybe he's doing it because, he wants to get clicks or whatever. But I'm looking at the cup half full. This dude went and took these guys. Gotta choose my words carefully. This guy did a good thing. I liked the video. I thought it was fun. So I hope you enjoy it too. It's totally gonna get hit, by the way. It's totally gonna get hit because there's songs in it that we shouldn't be playing on YouTube. But okay, here we go. Yeah, I couldn't even finish the sentence. Awesome one. Man picks up 3 workers outside of Home Depot and takes them to Disneyland. This is that video. And it's a cool video. I like it. So here we go.
If anybody wants to come to Disney with us. ¿Buscan trabajo? Buscamos a 3. El jale sí va a estar pesado. Vamos a ir a Disneylandia. A disfrutar el día. ¿Sí? Y los vamos a pagar bien. Ánimo. Está bien.
¿Cómo estamos? Bien, al 100.
Me llamo Jesús, mucho gusto.
Mucho gusto.
Gracias por ese apoyo que nos brindaron y vamos a disfrutar y a sonreír un poquito.
Cara de niño que nunca ha tenido un juguete. Listo.
Aquí tiene 200, gracias.
200.
Gracias, Jesús. Gracias.
El dinero viene con mucho amor.
Oh, and he gave them money at the end,
Nos
too.
esperamos, pues, gracias a Dios y a ti también. Y a tus seguidores que te apoyan.
Ahí estamos.
Gracias.
Sigan echándole ganas,
Con cuidado.
Oh, that's awesome. And the story also said that they replied yes. Morales then informs them that the work is to go to Disneyland and enjoy the day, and then they go and blah blah blah. Can you imagine their wives' face when they're like, we went to Disneyland today for work, and he paid them at the end. That was cool too. That was cool. 201 Studios for $2. Hello, it says happy Friday, happy bacon strip day, Anna. Wow. I'm not sure why you feel the need to say those things here, but hey, I guess whatever makes you happy, man. This next story is quite amazing, but I'm warning you guys now, there will be, onions or dust or other things around. So just make sure there's going to be definitely onions around on this one. Okay, here we go. Ex-racehorse destined for kill, pan rescued by woman who helped raise her. This is a cool story. Here we go.
First tonight, a story about second chances.
And how a woman from Maine has made it her mission to give a former racehorse a fresh start.
Yes, good girl. Yes.
When you think about training a horse, you most likely don't envision walking around in circles.
That's okay. Good job. Good girl.
But every week, Megan Martin can be found here at Red Line Farm in Gray, working with her horse Saxy.
Hey, walk on.
Good human. She's
Just
a good
like
human.
this.
She just gets to learn how to be a horse. She's always kind of had a job and a purpose, and it's been to go fast and pull things for people. Good girl. It doesn't look like much. It's a lot of just walking her around and turning with her and getting her to kind of refocus and pay attention and move her body where I would like her to move her body and not just where she would like to move her body.
Saxy was destined for a kill pen in Pennsylvania when Megan came across her photo in a Facebook group earlier this year. As it turns out, the two have a history.
And that number is actually what saved her. I recognized that brand and said, oh, that's one of the babies that I worked with.
Megan was a teenager when she first met Saxy at the barn she worked at. The pair and their training were even in a magazine.
And this is actually a photo of me and Saxy working together when she was a few months old. And this is what I did. I taught them all how to wear the halters and how to lead and how to walk away from their moms, which they didn't like to do.
Eventually, Saxy would be sold and go on to compete on the racetrack, though she never really made a name for herself.
These were her when she was 3 and at the height of her not very prolific racing career.
Like so many others, when Saxy's time was up as a competitor, she was sold to an Amish community in Pennsylvania. Megan believes Saxy was involved in a buggy accident, causing major damage and scarring to her neck, and the decision to have her euthanized.
I've never come across one in this situation. It was always kind of my worst nightmare.
Megan immediately felt compelled to rescue Saxy, and so did her close friend, Kendra.
And I sat for probably 2 days watching the Facebook posts and sharing them and staring at her picture. And I just remember sending her a message that said, I will feed her and I will board her and she can stay here. I will help you pay her vet bills and I will go get her with you. We can't leave her there. She has to come home.
The race to save Saxy was on. Within 48 hours of Kendra's message, Megan had received enough money and supplies to bring Saxy back to Maine.
Good humans. People donated blankets, people donated brushes, people donated boots for her feet before we had shoes on her to keep her more comfortable. People were so incredibly generous with their energy, with their money, with their things.
When the two finally got to Pennsylvania, they say it didn't take long for the horse to recognize her former handler.
When we got to the farm and we pulled in and I was like,
onions
she's
around.
in there. And we jumped out and ran in. Meg walked up to her and she literally just sniffed her and wrapped her head around her. And I was like, yep, I started to cry. It was a pretty cool moment.
I don't know if she remembered me or not.
I've already
My gut
listened
says
to
there was
the
something
story.
familiar there for her, and that she recognized me in some way.
Saxy was loaded into the truck and brought back home to Maine. Then the focus shifted to Saxy's hooves.
They were in a little bit of a rough condition. She had some road founder, some thin soles. It's painful to walk on. You know, it's like having, no skin on the bottom of your feet and then walking across hot tar.
After 15 years apart, Megan and Saxy are now inseparable.
She's so resilient and she's so trusting, and it's been incredible to see her be safe and be okay, despite what she's been through. She's really not afraid of people.
Once she gets the training she needs, the goal is for Saxy to help others by becoming a therapy horse.
I have a really small little equine-assisted psychotherapy practice, and I work with people with PTSD and trauma, and I think
That's
that
amazing.
a lot of people would really relate to her story, would really relate to the people who were supposed to keep you safe didn't, and the people who were supposed to take care of you let you down. She's not ready to be in the program yet, but someday if she's ready, she'll tell us. And, if that's what she wants to do, then that's what she's going to get to do. Otherwise, she'll just get to be happy and safe and healthy.
Despite the hardships she's faced, Saxy is having no trouble fitting in at her new home.
Horsey!
A reality that never would have been possible without lots of love and a little bit of luck.
Good girl. She's my horse legally. Yes, sure. And she'll be legally in my name for the rest of her life. But I didn't do this. This was her whole community who brought her home. I just got to be the person who was lucky enough to make it happen.
So Megan sent me this photo of Saxy playing out in the snow a couple weeks ago that I just had to share because she's gorgeous. And we might be ready for spring, but obviously Saxy's holding on to winter. And just another little fun fact. So in addition to Saxy, Megan has 2 other horses. One of them just happens to be Saxy's half sister. So she's hoping to reintroduce the two at some point. And if you at home, if you're just as captivated as we were by her story, you can follow her journey to becoming a therapy horse on TikTok. So many just
Oh,
good things about the story.
I love it. And what a cool woman. Her job choice is amazing. Man, I definitely. Where's the onions at around here? Gotta move those onions. I think it's really cool. I think her job choice is really cool. She clearly cares about people and wants to help more people. And the fact that that horse is going to become a therapy horse, I think, is a really incredible thing. It's just all around a very heartwarming story. Even though I listened to it last night, I'm still kind of like tearing up about it because horses are so special and have a soul, and it's just incredible. And sometimes, it sucks that some people abuse them and animals in general. But I'm glad that she was able to find this horse again and reunite. And that's something that you can't take away, right? And the fact that all the community came together to make that happen, I think that was really cool. It's a really cool thing. 201 Studio says for $2, I'm sorry I shouldn't have said that. Oh, it's all good, dude. It's all good. And for $5, horses are awesome. A friend trains them. California, beautiful, loving animals. Yeah, I'm definitely very familiar with horses. And I've always wanted a horse, but I was never really able to afford it at the time. But it's definitely something on my bucket list, and something I'm working towards right now, to be able to create a ranch here and have a horse and be able to ride horses again. Horses are awesome. I love horses. I love all animals. Animals are great. Animals are fantastic. And speaking of animals, look at this little tiny animal, tiny doggy. You know, for that. Chihuahua, slightly taller than a teacup, is named world's shortest doggy. He's the world's shortest doggy. Look at him, so cute. Look how cute he is. He's tiny. Oh my god, look, this tiny doggy. Okay, we gotta listen to this because it's so tiny. Oh my god, it's so great. Ew, what is that? What kind of freaking advertising is that for this kind of video? Did you guys see that one guy? This dude. Look how massive he is. And he's like holding like the doggy and like oh my god, like the size difference. Oh my god, it's hilarious. Shane G, thank you for the 1069 to say the 10 is for like, the 69 is for laws. Aw, thank you. That is funny. 69. Thank you so much for that. The dog blew the money on Jules. Yeah, Peacock Strikes Back is right. Don't put clothes on dogs. I don't like clothes on dogs. I read an article about it, actually. Well, I mean, depending on the dog, because some dogs actually do like it. But it depends on the dog or the cat. Apparently, some of them get really stressed out when you put them in clothes. That's why I don't do that to my cat anymore, because my cat didn't like it. Like, I tried to give my cat like a Christmas hat, and she really does not like it. So I'm like, this just stresses her out. Like, I'm not going to stress out my cat just to like take a photo. Like, it's cute, but like, is it worth, your dog being stressed out or your cat being stressed out? Not to me personally. So I don't do it. That's why I stopped wearing clothes. See, See, Kev says mine loves it. See, it really depends on the animal. Like you gotta know your animal. Like that's why I don't say everybody, right? Like really depends. Like some animals love it. Some animals absolutely love it. Some don't. Some don't. Some do not. Speaking of animals, we're slowly starting to get into the animal portion of the show. But there was a clickbait human one that I wanted to check out. But before we do that, this was interesting. Arctic fox escapes zoo but gets tired along the way. Police officers in Germany rescued a fugitive Arctic fox that was found sleeping in the middle of the road. Look how tiny and cute. Oh my God, he's so cute. Oh my God, he just slept. He's just like, you know what? I've come long enough. But you got caught. The tired fox chose this place for its nap on Thursday afternoon and had previously escaped from the zoo. This is like several times now. Exhausted from his exertion, the fox lay down on the street and fell asleep. Witnesses spotted and called the police. The fox was safely escorted back to to its enclosure at the zoo. The police officers on the scene snapped a few photos of the sleeping fox and posted pictures on the department's website. How freaking adorable is that? It's so funny. It kind of reminds me of like Fantastic Mr. Fox, but he's like a white fox though. I love that movie. If you guys have never seen the Fantastic Mr. Fox, that's a great movie. It's a Wes Anderson movie. I know, they're so cute. I love them. I love them. Okay, next story. This is just funny and very concerning. Very concerning, but it's still funny, so we're gonna share. Black bear breaks into woman's car and guzzles 69 cans of soda. Shane G, I'm sure you're gonna like this article because this bear seems like your spirit animal. A black bear broke into a woman's car and drank nearly 6 cases of soda, only leaving a few cans of Diet Cola untouched. Sharon Russell from the British Columbia's Sunshine Coast was awakened by her dog barking at 3 a.m. last Thursday. She looked outside and saw a black bear near her car. She watched the bear break through the car's windows with a noise that sounded like a gunshot, Rosa told the Coast reporter. He was after the cases of soda she had just purchased for her food truck business. There's the bear going at the soda. Rosal said that she watched from her balcony for an hour and a half as the bear used its teeth to break open the cans and slurp their contents while making a huge mess in her car's interior. The bear drank 69 of the 72 cans of soda, leaving behind only 3 diet sodas. Rosal said it seemed to prefer Orange Crush. And there's the photo of the ants. The black bear's antics were caught on Rosa's security camera. She posted a few photos to Facebook to encourage others in the area to not leave food or drinks in the car. Do not underestimate their sense of smell, Rosal said. We have to be bear aware. We have to be bear aware. We have to live with them, and bears have memories. It's true, they do. That's why I'm concerned for this woman, because it seems like this bear is gonna come back to that car. This seems like literally where I used to live. I've seen so many black bears. They're so cute. It's because it's British Columbia. This is where I used to live. Isn't that cool? Darren's in the chat. He's from BC. He knows what's up. See, the bear gets it. I think this bear is Shane G's spirit animal. This bear should be called Shane. So funny. Okay. So these two next stories are the clickbait stories. So here we go. Clickbait. Clickbait means I haven't seen it yet. This has not been vetted. Darren says, yep, very BC story, 100%. So we're going to watch this. But if it's a bad story, you'll have to forgive me because I have not vetted it. This is clickbait, guys. This is clickbait. Okay, here we go. Woman starts bawling in Trader Joe's after act of kindness. Obviously, I'm all about acts of kindness, so let's listen to what happened.
This is why I shop at Trader Joe's and Trader Joe's only. There has just been like a lot that's been going on. I've just had a really hard couple of days, okay? And I'm normally really good at like masking my feelings.
Aw.
Clearly, I was not tonight. So I go to Trader Joe's to get some groceries because I don't have any groceries in my apartment. And the guy that was checking me out could just like tell something was wrong, and I felt bad because he like kept trying to make conversation and I was just like not being very responsive and like not talking about it. Anyways, I put my credit card in to like pay, and he was like, hold on, I'll be right back. And I thought he was like gonna go help like one of his coworkers, and he comes back. I am literally a wreck, and I was so embarrassed because I started bawling crying in the grocery store. Moral of the story is to shop at Trader Joe's because I literally love everybody that works there. And second, you never know like what one small act of kindness is going to do for somebody. I really wish I got his name, but to whoever was checking me out at the Dallas Greenville location, thank you so much. Like, literally unreal.
100% what I would be like if somebody just randomly gave me flowers if I was feeling bad. That's sweet. I love acts of kindness. That's great. That's lovely. That's great. I love it. That's very sweet. A small act of kindness can go a long way. That's why I always tell you guys, be a good human. Never know. You never know when the opportunity arises to be a good human for someone. Yes, good humans. Good humans. I'm just surprised she didn't get his name, though. Was he good looking? Maybe they can go on a date. Maybe she's not single. I'm thinking too much about the story. Anna hates the Fantastic Mr. Fox. How can that even be possible? That movie is amazing. I love that movie so much. Okay, here's the next clickbait. I found this weird cat and duck society. A man stumbled across an unusual scene in Miami Lakes, Florida. I found this weird cat and duck society near a library, he said, Reddit post. What? There's like cats and ducks. It confused me, but also really cute. What the hell? He said he found the unlikely friends near the Miami Lakes library. This is so bizarre. They're just hanging out. That's so weird. I need more details about this. Like, who put them there? How did they get here? Oh, you're so cute. I love it. So cute. They were okay. The clickbait stories, they were fine. They were fine. They were good. I liked them. Okay, let's watch a couple cute animal videos and we'll call it a day. Some cute animal videos. Let's see. Let me go to my Infinite Hope bookmarks because I can bookmark them now. Because I got a blue check mark. I paid the $8 just so I can separate the bookmarks. I literally got it for that. Not even joking. So all of these are good news ones now. I don't have to care about where we go. It's not going to be some random thing. Okay. This is hilarious. Here we go. Oh my goodness. Oh my God. Jerk off Juggernaut. I feel like most cats would have done that. Look at this big floofers. Look at the big floofy. The big floofers. Would you floofy? I want the floofy. You guys, is this a Samoyed? Because that's the dog I want. Is this the Samoyed dog? Because that's the one I want. I want like a white Samoyed. But I want this floofy dog. Oh, I can't stop watching this floof. I think that's all hair, dude. I'm pretty sure that's all hair. It's a big giant floof. He's a floofer. A husky? Really? I don't know if it's a husky. Maybe. Oh, yeah. Aiken is missing this. Wherever you are, Aiken. I know, that dog is 180% hair. This is true. I agree with that. All right, next. This is the best. Skipping into Friday like this. Wee. Jump roping. Jump rope. That's so funny. This a table for one. Maybe it's that same bear that went through the cans of pop. Maybe it's that same bear. It's Shane. Oh my God, this guy's like tapping the window trying to get him to look over. Yeah, meanwhile, back in BC, this guy's like, hey, can I get some service over here? Soda, more now. We need more soda. Oh, that's so funny. We need more soda. Well, you know what Coke's got in it? Well, at least the old ones. God, this is too funny. Some giraffes having fun. The camera. I love how animals just have fun. Hello. What a great personality. What a great personality. That's great. Oh my God. Here's the next one. Daddy doggies taking care of puppers while mommy's resting. Aww, baby puppies. Oh my god, I love the way he picked that one up with its tail. Aww, babies. Babies. Oh, good daddy. Aww. I love these doggies. Aww. I could watch this all day. I love that he picks them up from their tail. I know the poor dad ended up on the floor. That's what all dads are like. Little babies. But they're so cute. I can't help it. It's like there's no room for me. Speaking of bears at a picnic, here's some panda bears having a good old time. Some panda bears having lunch. Gotta get some lunch. Panda's playing poker. Yeah. It could be. They could be playing poker after. Oh my god, they're so cute. This is adorbs. This is the future veterinarian and his patient. Shout out to Tom for sending me this. Tom from Midnight's Edge. I think we've seen this one before, but it's adorable. So we're gonna watch this again. Oh, look at. Oh my god, that's amazing. I love that the doggie's just like, all right, I'll help you learn. I'll be your patient. Oh my god, this is too adorable. I love how calmly the dog's just sitting there, just letting this happen. Pandas are special bears. Oh. And now he neuters the dog. Oh my god. You guys. Boosh. Sorry, Pop. Now that leg's gonna come off. Oh my god. That is mean. Dogs and cats. Dogs and cats. Oh. Love bites. That's a love bite. My cat does that to me sometimes, and I'm like, can you please not? Because it freaking hurts. Like, I know you're trying to do a love bite, but the love bite hurts me. I don't have fur and, you know, I don't have fur and thick skin. Your fangs hurt. You're drawing blood. I love him. I love him so much. I know, me too. I'm literally like I just want to watch this. What's going on, Keely Chow? Good to see you. Interspecies love. I love it. Love bites, love bleeds. It's true. It's true. My dog is the reason your Amazon package is late. This is great.
Oh, no, don't roll on. Don't roll on. What are you doing? Hello. Hello. How you doing? Hello. I haven't seen your legs. Oh, sorry.
He's just like, all right, I'm distracted now. I'm just gonna have to freaking pet the dog now.
Oh, no, don't roll on. What are you doing? Hello.
Oh my god, it's so funny.
How you doing? Hello. I haven't seen your legs. Oh, sorry.
The Admiral. That's funny. Amazon's late usually with my packages. Well, now you know why. Now you know why. I think that's a kid sound. Like there's a kid screaming or something. I'm just all about this. Come on. Gotta get those greens in. I love animal food ASMR. I could watch this all day. Like I don't want to watch like humans eat food, like mukbang. Like I'm not into that, but animals, I can just sit there and watch animals eat food all day. It's so funny. What? No salad dressing? Gotta get plenty of greens. I've always wanted to get one of these for my cat, but I feel like my cat might be too old for it. I don't know if she's gonna react to this fish thing the way this cute cat is reacting to that. I don't know though. A female chimpanzee escapes from the zoo and walked around the city until she met a good friend and decided to return. This is a really cool story because usually whenever you hear about animals escaping the zoo, especially when it comes to chimpanzees or big monkeys and stuff like that, it's a very tragic ending usually. But this time it was not a tragic ending and it's very cute and wholesome. So here we go. It's very cute. Oh my god, that's That's too adorable. Grumpy says, my sister's dog and cat both love the Flappy Fish, and they're older. Ooh, okay. Then maybe I will get one. Oh, I missed you, friend. Oh. What a good human. Good human. I love it. I love it. More puppies. 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 You never have enough puppies. Puppies, puppies. I swear, puppy therapy is definitely a thing. Puppies are definitely a thing. Puppy therapy is definitely a thing. They're so happy. Oh. Oh my god, I love them. I love them so much. I just want to be sitting there and having all those puppies just run up at me. Can I just sit here and have the puppies just all be there? That's the cutest thing. I just love them. This is amazing because I love video games, and this is great. Cats do this. Cats do this. This is definitely something that happened organically. My cat does this. The cats do this kind of stuff. This is great. This is adorable. I love how he looks up, what's up? What's up, man? What's up? It's I was watching you play. Can you keep going? Hello. So great. So great. Oh, we watched this last week. Did we watch this last week? Because I died. I think I've watched this video a million times. I think I watched this video a million times. Did we watch this one last week? I don't remember. I don't remember if we watched this one. But we'll watch it again because this is so great. But just FYI, everybody, if you've got pets around, especially cats, make sure that you turn it down. Make sure you turn this down. This is gonna be hilarious, but turn down the sound. Okay, 3, 2, 1. You've been warned. Here we go. That cat's what the fuck?
Gatto Juventino.
The cat, I swear, the cat's okay, you're not a human. You're not a cat. What the F are you? I can't tell what you are. Because don't forget, this guy's also got this thing on his head. So he doesn't look quite human to him, probably. He's what are you? Humans don't have this weird thing on their head. What the frig? Why are you making kitty cat sounds, but you're a human? What is going on? That cat is literally what the actual F is happening to you? Who are you? I think it's more than I don't think it's terrified. I think it's more what the I think he's just curious. What the f is that? If he wasn't careful, like, I think that cat was gonna, like, literally attack it and be like, I'm gonna kill you now. I don't know who your dude looks like, Jay. Well, Jay has a really bad rep with cats. Jay has a bad rep with cats. Fuzzy Dice sent me this. I think we saw this one last week. Oh. Oh, that's cute. I think we saw this one. Adorable. Adorable. Oh my God. But look, again, animals eating food. I could just sit here and watch this thing eat food all day. I could just sit here and watch this. Yeah, this thing. I always forget their names. Quokka. Quokka. It's a quokka, Jeff. They're always smiling. They're always smiling. These are super cute. Adorable. I could just watch them all day eating. Kitten and baby are good friends. We're gonna have to watch this. Oh, they're so cute. Oh my God. I love kittens and babies. Oh my God. What a great show today, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. It's been such a fantastic show. We laughed, we cried. Boosh dissed my hair. Thank you again, everybody, for being here today. It's been fantastic. I hope you guys enjoyed this show. And I'll be back later today. I'm going to be gonna install Star Wars and play the new Star Wars game. That will be fun. So hopefully you'll join me in a little bit for that. And then maybe we could possibly watch, or I may play Conan again later. I don't know. I'm going to be getting into the Star Wars mode for a bit though. So I don't know when I'll be going back to Conan, but otherwise I will be hanging out with Script Doctor and them on Sunday. Either Script and we're going to play more Conan on Sunday, or we're going to review something. I don't know yet. But we'll be back. We'll be back with more fun content. And especially today, I'm gonna play Star Wars in a bit. So come and check me out. And then of course Monday, back to Toxic Femme and everything. So again, thank you everybody for watching and supporting the channel. You guys are so fantastic. Extra thank you to those of you who super chatted, because that supports the channel here. I can continue doing this. So thank you, thank you, thank you. If you became a member, if you gifted memberships, all that good stuff. Thank you so very, very much. And just my last message, as always, to you guys, is to have a great weekend. Take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and be a good human. Strive to be the best version of yourself. Help out a person if you see someone in need. In need of help. And you guys know an act of kindness can go a long way. So just be that. Feed the good wolf. Feed the good wolf. You guys are awesome. And again, I will see you guys next time. Bye, everybody. Enjoy the weekend. Bye.